Howdy, it's your boy Ray. Today we got some Aurora, another interview. Been enjoying them lately so far. So, you know, as much as I love getting through them, I hate getting through them at the same time because I know eventually they're going to run out. Yeah, so, anyways, we got Aurora says she enjoys getting older and talks about her new album, which is probably semi old now since this was like a year ago. And the album is called The Gods We Touch. Before we get into this, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe as I post daily. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I am very excited to have my next guest join us. She just dropped a new album called The Gods We Can Touch. The lovely Aurora. Thank you so much for your time. Great to see you again.
Great to see you too. It's been such a long time since last time we talked.
Gosh, how are you? How are things? It's been so long.
I am lovely.
Yeah.
I'm feeling lovely.
On this day of this conversation, it is Constitution Day.
Back in Norway. Yes.
Here you are in the States, acknowledging that. I'm sure it must be nice to be able to, celebrate that, right?
Yeah, it is. And I'm not so national. I'm not so patriotic of myself. I'm not such a patriotic person or nationalistic, really. And I don't really care where my country ends or where another one's country begins. But it's nicer, at least when you're far away from home. It felt more like nostalgic and cute to eat Norwegian waffles with strangers that also missed home a bit. I don't know. I prefer almost celebrating it far away from home than at home.
With the last 2 years, it's been very interesting, let's say. We have gone up and down with regards to, lockdowns and also the social justice calls and all those things. How have you internalized everything that has been going on, and then what do you think you learned about yourself over the last few years?
Well, I think I've grown more connected to the world than ever, because I've always been I've known myself very well from a very young age, but I feel like these 2 years have really taught me how I belong to the world and how I connect with people, how we all connect with each other, I guess, and also my place in this earth, my task in this earth, my obligations and my faults as a member of a society, as a thing that coexists.
Somebody just dropped something in the background.
With people, I guess, because I've always been very good at being in my own world. Even when I've been on tour, my mind has always mostly been in my own world. And I've kind of learned how to step a bit out of my own head and connect with everyone, and it's been good.
When you're living at home for a long period of time, not something that you're unfamiliar with, right? You have a forest near your home and you're able to explore and you're at one and at peace.
I have a whole entire swamp in my backyard. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, one day, whenever it gets around that time, I'll do a vlog, or whatever you call it. But if you go far enough in my backyard, I'm talking about like 8 acres back. If you go back far enough, you'll eventually run into an alligator. I promise you. That's why I don't go back there anymore. I haven't went back there since I was young. We used to play manhunt back there. Ever since I saw a big alligator come back there, we locked eyes. It was on the other side of this big old, like, I don't even want to call it a lake or something. It's just a big group of water in my backyard. I locked eyes with the alligator, and all I saw it do was run straight towards me into the water and start swimming my way. Ran as fast as I could out of those woods, never looked back. And I'm not scared. I'm usually not scared of crocodiles, or alligators, whichever one it was. I can't think right now, but that thing was big. Like, it was going to take me and a couple of my buddies to pick that thing up.
Were you able to bond even closer with your family and those around you during that time?
Yeah, but also more just with with a new essence of life. I bonded mostly with how beautiful every small thing is, like how to appreciate every single meal, to appreciate being able to make my own food every day.
Really?
And not to eat like at a restaurant as you do on tour, but to be able to make your own meals has been a huge gift, because I'm very picky when it comes to food. I just want to eat cheese and bread, basically.
What were you making? I feel like people...
Cheese and bread.
You're making cheese and bread.
I like making things that can't be burned, that don't require heat.
Okay.
Yes, because
I
forget that I cook when I'm cooking, because my mind is very bad at focusing on tasks I have to do. I'm very good at focusing on fun things or things I deeply care about, but on the like daily tasks of life, not so much. I'm very bad. It's very exhausting. So I like to cook things that don't require heat. So if I forget that I'm cooking, I don't burn down the building I live in. That's nice.
With cheese and bread as a staple, I'm sure there are other things that accompany that, right? Vegetables and things that, again, you don't need to burn.
Only cheese and bread. Nothing, only yellow things. Cheese,
I'm not gonna lie, that's an insane diet. So she doesn't like carrots anymore?
bread, maybe some honey melon, maybe some pecan nuts, honey, sesame seeds I love too. And I love broccoli and cucumber. Salad, I'm starting to like it.
So if we were to have dinner at your home,
I can't really do salad. Like, I love eating salads, bro, but like, it's never really fulfilling, if you know what I mean. Like, and if you want it to be fulfilling, you got to add all these different types of dressings, and you know, it's too much, bro. At that point, you might as well just eat a sandwich, or, you know, in her instance, bread and cheese. Like, it's just it becomes too much to enjoy a salad.
the menu would be quite short.
Yes, yes.
Good to know. There's been some milestones in your life and your family. You turned 25, which is a big thing for many people. Your sister had a baby. You are now an aunt. Congratulations.
An ant. A-N-T.
We are all aunts.
Yes, aren't we all?
Yes. How have you thought about being 25, and what is it like to have a new member of your family, an extension from your sister?
Having a new member of the family is absolutely divine. I feel as if he is my child as well, and I love him a lot, and I can't wait to teach him about all the important things. Everything I know about maths, I will teach him. And Victoria, my sister, is going to be a great mother. She already is. She's very good. She's very good at giving love and care. It's definitely one of her greatest talents in life. So I'm happy that she has given herself an opportunity to give all of this to one person, one human being. It's lovely.
Have you been able to play with your nephew and start to observe and teach? And
yes, he's very funny to observe.
Bro, what are they doing in the background of this video? It sounds like a wrestling match is going on in the back.
Very stupid children.
not stupid, he's unknowledgeable, right? He doesn't have the knowledge.
That still means stupid, but you know, that's just a nicer way of, he's trying to have a nicer way of saying it. When we're babies, we're stupid, you know. It's not technically meaning it in a rude way. That's just what it is. We're stupid. Dumb. Now if she said dumb, that's a different thing. When you're dumb, that means you can obtain the knowledge, but you're just dumb. So it doesn't either doesn't stick with you, or you don't let it stick with you. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between stupid and dumb. When you're young, you're stupid. Hence the term young and stupid. Or some people say young and dumb. I say young and stupid.
Not
So very stupid children.
Not stupid. He's unknowledgeable, right? He doesn't have the knowledge yet.
Doesn't know any. You can't have a conversation with him. He doesn't pay rent, contributes with nothing in the home, useless. But he's very cute, and he's very. He smiles a lot, and he smiles a lot to you. Like he's very good at connecting, which is lovely. He's very sweet. No, it's nice, and turning at 25 was really nice as well. I really like becoming older. I feel like I don't know. I really like it. I can't wait to be 50. It's gonna be or 66.
It'll come around very.
That's crazy to think about. When you hit 25, you're halfway away from being 50, and then when you hit 30, you're halfway from being 30. Like that's. I mean, when you hit 30, you're halfway away from being 60. That's crazy to think about.
Quickly.
It'll come around very quickly.
Did you envision something for yourself when you turned 25, and do you feel like you're at that point?
Oh no, I don't envision anything. I've never been. I don't see the point in that people think they have to accomplish things within certain ages, because you do what you want to do. And also I think when we put too many of our goals to like when we're young, we forget that we have our whole life to try new things and to explore new paths and to fulfill new milestones. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like that's only the case if you don't know what you want to do yet. Like, if you know what you want to do yet, go at it with full force, you know what I'm saying? Obtain it not as quick as you can, but get to it as early as you can, so that way it's not that big of a bother in the future. Because you don't want to wait and procrastinate until you're older, because then you won't have as much time to enjoy it. Like, okay, I'll put it like this. Like, imagine if, you would have seen me 5 years from now, just now doing this, you know what I mean? Like, imagine me starting back, like, 5 years from now versus me starting right now, and then, like, forwarding from right now 5 years later. Imagine how much further I'm going to be. You know what I mean? Like, imagine how much further I'm going to be versus if I started this 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So if you know what you want to do, if you know your goals and your dreams and everything that keeps you up at night, go for it now. Best time to do is now. So that way you can reap the benefits of it and then enjoy the rest of your life. Simple.
I'm very aware of how long life is. Life is so long, and I'm very, very aware of it. And I don't know. I just like. I don't think much about the future either, but I try to do things that I want to do. Of course, sometimes you have to do things in life, either you like it or not.
Yep.
But I try to spend as much time as I can to just do things that make sense,
And I'll put it like this, like with Aurora, she knew what she wanted to do since she was younger. So that's why she doesn't have such that rush, because she already had that talent put in her when she was younger. You know what I mean? She already knew what she wanted to do. But as far as like people that don't know what to do and they feel like they're getting old, they're going to feel like they're more in a rush than anything. So it goes both ways. Like, if you know what you already want to do at a young age, that category doesn't contain to you. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? But if you just now finding your purpose at, in your 20s, you're going to feel like you're more entitled to rush to get to that goal or, act on it as fast as possible. Because you know what's on the other side of that if you don't chase your dreams.
Either if it makes me happy or someone else happy, or it leads to somewhere that will make me happy eventually one day.
Congratulations on this album. It's been out for some time, but I feel like it's still new to a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's still new to me as well.
Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do like a full album review, like not separate songs, but just like go through a full album. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get that going for you. Just let me know.
The Gods We Can Touch, and it's an interesting album. It's a very interesting album. You're tackling a lot of subjects that I feel that have been talked about during the last 2 years with regards to morality. It's an interesting time here in America with the women's rights and abortion and things. Every time you're here, it feels like there's always something going on.
There's always something. I'm always drawn to this place.
Yeah.
When there's a lot of emotional storms.
What is it about Greek mythology and the inspiration of the material that kind of drove these songs?
Well, I think it's the way we think about history. We like to think that we're so evolved and that we know so much more now than we did. And I'm just trying to figure out why we don't know, why we're not better than what we are now. If we have, it's taken us.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, like if we thought we were so advanced, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, back then, if you was born back then, like back when like there were still slaves. I'm not talking about like, you know, like black slaves. I'm talking about like before the Holocaust, all of that, like Egypt, all that. I'm talking about like back then. We were nutcases. Like if we weren't getting enough rain, they would literally sacrifice people. Like that's insane to think about. They would sacrifice people in order to think that good was going to happen to them. And that right there alone is insane to me.
So long time to get where we are today, and I'm really curious about why we haven't come further.
Got further. Yeah.
I thought about, you know, I guess morality, people, our beliefs, what pushes us to be good to each other. I thought about religion, how it's changed through times and evolved. And I thought about a long time ago when I felt maybe humans knew more than we do now about respect for life, about survival, about connection with Earth and life and the world and nature. And
I'll be honest with you, when it comes to the government and everything else like that, there's a lot of stuff that they know. But as far as just us regular, you know, civilians, they don't want us to know as much as they know about this earth. Like that's the reason why they have stuff locked up. You don't just have secret bases and stuff like that locked up for no reason. There's stuff about this earth that we probably couldn't even imagine. And they have it all locked up. They have all that information. They, you know, like it's insane to think about how like you probably wouldn't even want to be on this world anymore if you figured out what was out there.
And each other.
I'm a big conspiracy guy, so like any videos on conspiracy theory stuff too, hit me with it. I don't care what it is, even if it's not music related at this point, because I'm starting to like explore my options. Hit me with it, and I got you.
And most definitely, at one point in history, we looked upon the ground where we stood, and the water we drank, the sun on our faces, and the trees above us, the rain falling from the sky. We thought about all these things as God. It was our version of
exactly what I just said.
I guess God. And in many indigenous cultures, it's still like that. And it's funny
but not as extreme.
It's always in the indigenous cultures.
They don't kill people like that anymore. There's always the wicked that will be out there in this world. Like there's always evil, of course, but it's not as frequent and it's not as popular as it used to be back then.
For how to coexist with nature, animals, each other. And it's definitely the Western world that has destroyed most of this earth.
I agree with that. 100%, I agree with that, bro. I'm not including myself. I kind of am to a certain extent, but we are pieces of shit. Like, I would say when it comes to, like, countries, us in North Korea, we are fucking bullies. And I want no part of that, you know what I mean? Even though I'm a part of it because I'm from the USA, you know what I mean? But I don't care. Like, I don't contribute to that shit. I don't. It's a whole bunch of evil out there. Just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say.
And it's very sad.
How did you pick the people to work with? Because there's notable collaborations on there.
Well, the French girl, Pom, I chose her because I found a castle in Norway from 1600s with French history. A French baron who once lived there, and he loved music and he loved art. And I thought if his ghost goes around in the castle, he would have loved to see me, hopefully, there for 100 years after him, visiting, making an album there. I don't know, I like to think that maybe he would like it. And I thought in case he didn't speak English, I wanted to have a song with some French in it, so as an ode to the history of the castle I was recording the album in. So that's why it opens up with like a French-ish song that ends in French. So it was just kind of a coincidence. I just wanted it to happen, and then somehow we made it in time.
Is a castle something that you enjoy? Is it something you, not to aspire, but kind of would like to revisit again and hang out?
Yes, I'm going there after this US tour.
Oh. Mm-hmm. For? Oh.
Who knows?
Oh.
Whatever.
For whatever. Oh.
Something wonderful, at least.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's definitely a soul place for me. I'll be there a lot in my life. In 50 years, when I'm 75, people will think of me when they think of this castle, and they will think of this castle when they think of me. I think our paths are very intertwined, because I feel like the whole world is mine when I'm there, and that I am the world's also.
I need to visit this castle.
Yes, you should. It's in Rosendale. Rosendale? And you fly to Bergen, obviously, with a plane, and then you take a cab, and you drive it to the dock, fish market, right next to the fish market in Bergen, and then there's a boat, and for 2 hours you take the boat, and then you come to Rosendale. It's a small, beautiful place, and you walk up for 15 minutes through a field, and in between the mountains there's a small, humble, but yet a castle. It's beautiful.
Wow. I can't wait to have bread and cheese at your castle. And to talk to you once again about the new things.
You should come. I will give you wine, cheese, bread.
That is all we need. And broccoli, right?
And broccoli.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Yes.
That's all a lady needs in this world.
I feel like Aurora's like.
I really appreciate you taking time to do this.
Thank you again for your time.
Yeah, and so lovely to see you. I'm glad you're doing well, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you. And you too.
I feel like Aurora is like Mother Nature, but as a vessel. You know what I mean? But anyways, let me know what you thought about that. And like I said, if there's any like conspiracy or anything else like that you want me to react to, and if you want me to react to the whole album, definitely let me know in the comments. Other than that, this is your boy Ray, and I am gone. Peace.